Most people don't reach their dreams not because of failure, but because they give up too soon. It is not failure that stops us. It's the unwillingness to push through setbacks, to rise after every fall, and to persist despite obstacles. Those who succeed do not let a single failure define them. They do not stop after 10 failures, nor do they halt their journey at 100, 1,000, or even 1,000,000 failures. They say, "This is my goal, and I will do whatever it takes to achieve it. I will learn from my failures, grow stronger, and keep moving forward until my dream becomes a reality." That is the difference between success and failure. Failure is not the end. It is a necessary part of the journey. To be successful, you must get comfortable with failure, seek it out, and embrace it as an opportunity to learn and improve. Think about athletes training in a gym. When they lift weights, they push themselves to failure because that is where the real growth happens. The same applies to life. Every failure is a lesson, a stepping stone to success. Those who achieve greatness fail more times than others have even tried. They use those failures to fuel their journey, extracting wisdom and energy from every misstep. Each failure is a piece of the puzzle that leads to eventual success. To live a life of excellence, you have to take risks, venture into the unknown, and accept that failure is part of the process. The reason for practice is to experience controlled failure, to push limits, and to break barriers. When you push yourself beyond what you think is possible, you grow. The human body and mind adapt to challenges, becoming stronger, more resilient, and more capable. Failure reveals weaknesses and shows us where we need to improve. Those who succeed are not afraid of failure. Instead, they use it as a tool to sharpen their skills, grow stronger, and move forward with even greater determination. Imagine if Michael Jordan was scared of missing. He would have never taken a shot. Imagine if Steve Jobs was afraid of people not liking his product. There would be no iPhone. Now, ask yourself this: do you want to be a person who fears failure, or do you want to be a person who loves success? You have to pick today, and I'll tell you one thing: one path leads to failure, and the other leads to success. If you love success, nothing can stop you. People will tell you only 1% make it to the top. Want to know something else? Only 1% stick with their fitness program long enough to see results. Only 1% of nerds play a video game long enough to master it. Only 1% of relationships last until the end. That doesn't mean you only have a 1% chance. It just means you can't behave like the 99% who quit too soon. You must be willing to push through failures, rejections, and obstacles. That's the mindset that separates the best from the rest. You're going to fail. You'll fail 10 times, 100 times, maybe even 1,000 times. But that's okay. Failure isn't permanent. Falling isn't permanent. You get right back up and keep going. This time you'll be stronger, wiser, and more driven than ever before. For every 10 failures, you'll land one success. And that success will make everything worth it. The biggest myth about success is this: people think that if you fear failure enough, you won't fail. That's a lie. I used to believe it too. I thought if I feared failure, I would avoid it. I looked at people who failed and thought, I never want to end up like them. But one day, I met an old man named Robert who changed my perspective forever. Robert was 80 years old. He walked with a cane, struggling with every step. One day, I saw him crossing the street, and he fell. I ran over to help him, and as I helped him up, I said, "Robert, you should stay inside where it's safe." He looked at me, smiled, and said, "I love walking way more than I'm afraid of falling." That hit me hard. I asked him, "But what about your safety? Don't you want to live?" And he replied, "Living means doing what you love. And if I have to fall every now and then to keep doing what I love, then so be it." Then he walked away. That conversation changed me. That's when I realized the true key to success. It's not about fearing failure. It's about loving success so much that failure doesn't scare you anymore. If Robert feared falling, he wouldn't even start walking. But he loved walking more than he feared falling. That's the mindset you need. The next time someone tells you you're going to fail, tell them, "You're right." But also tell them, I'm not afraid of failing. I'm not afraid of taking action. I'm not afraid of jumping. You will fail 10 times, but on the 11th time, you will succeed. Think about this. If you had only 1 week left to live, would you regret not chasing your dreams? Would you regret not living your life to the fullest? Steve Jobs used to ask himself this every morning in the mirror. If the answer was yes for too many days in a row, he knew something had to change. That should apply to all of us. Life is too short to live with regrets. One of my teachers was an amazing person. He had a family, a loving wife, and gave everything to his students. One day, while biking to work, he was hit by a reckless driver. He died on the spot. He was a great man, but death doesn't care how great you are. Death is inevitable. That's why you have to live now, because tomorrow isn't promised. So, what do you have to lose? If you fail, sure, you might be financially unstable for a while. You might be stressed. You might be frustrated. But guess what? Even if you fail, you'll just end up back where you are now. So what do you really have to lose? Many people don't chase their dreams because they are afraid of what others think. They fear what their parents, siblings, or friends will say. But at the end of the day, it's your life, not theirs. You have a gift. You have a talent. If you don't use it, you'll regret it forever. Most people choose to live a safe life instead of taking risks. Why? Because they are comfortable. Comfort is the danger zone. It makes you stop growing. It keeps you in the same place. If you stay comfortable, you will watch your entire life pass you by. You were born with a 1 in 400 trillion chance of existing. That's insane. You already won the lottery of life. Now it's time to live like it. Take risks, move mountains, be pissed off for greatness. Like Ray Lewis once said, if you're not pissed off for greatness, then you're okay with being mediocre. And I am not okay with being average. At the end of the day, success is about one thing: taking the leap. If you don't jump, you will live a life full of regret. Your dreams, your talents, your ideas, everything you could have been will die with you. And that's the saddest thing of all. So ask yourself this: will you be the person who fears failure, or will you be the person who chases success no matter what? The choice is yours.